Now look, listen, I totally understand that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are really in a tough position right now. Ever since the firing of Gina Carano, it really is having somewhat of a domino effect on many of the Star Wars projects that are in place, such as the Ahsoka Tano series, Andor, Kenobi, Mando Season 3 and 4, and more shows to come as well. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that, yes, we do know that they are on track to really developing over a dozen Star Wars projects on Disney Plus alone. However, Disney, as of right now, they are indeed in full-blown panic mode, as well as Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy, based on the number of cancellations of the Disney Plus subscription service. And a lot of people have been responding by doing that after the Gina Carano firing. A lot of fans have been giving up their Disney Plus subscription, and that has a big impact not just on Star Wars, but also Marvel and more. And that's exactly why Disney is in panic mode. Now, looking beyond all of this, alright, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, I mean, they are doing everything in their power to really bring Star Wars back to the way it used to be, back to its roots, you know, how it was in the original trilogy movies, and that's exactly what they want to do on Disney Plus. We saw a prime example of what they did in the Season 2 finale by bringing back Luke in full-blown Legends version, right? And that's exactly why a lot of fans got so nostalgic, so emotional over that big choice by Jon and Dave and Peyton. Now, with that being said, of course, beyond all of this, alright, we do know that a lot of problems are happening right now as we speak because of Gina Carano's firing. You know, it's having a domino effect, like I said. You know, we're going to expect to see some minor delays in production for some projects out there, not all. Kenobi is still pretty much moving, you know, very, very well as Andor, so we don't have to worry about those. It's all about what has not been filmed as of yet. So, with that being said, given that The Mandalorian Season 3 is now in development, Disney and Lucasfilm are now focused on their new Star Wars universe moving ahead. However, it's described that behind the scenes, creator Jon Favreau is demanding to cancel one of the big Star Wars projects after the firing of Gina Carano. It said that Jon Favreau wants to cancel Rangers of the New Republic and also a mysterious animated TV series that was being planned to follow up with Rangers of the New Republic that was going to be announced later this year, that was also going to star actress Gina Carano, as well as Cara Dune and others. Now, Favreau is best described to be winning with these demands by convincing the higher-ups over at Disney to not recast Cara Dune and to eventually reform the Rangers TV series so that it can be geared toward a brand new character and retitled while keeping it in the same exact era. Favreau, as of right now, is best described to be very stressed and worked up over the Gina Carano firing situation, and that Favreau is making some drastic changes to The Mandalorian Season 3 as fast as possible to stay on target for that April filming timeframe. Now, additionally, separate from all of this, it's noted that when Gina Carano was fired, alright, and this is actually very surprising, may not be surprising to some, but as she was fired from Lucasfilm, Gina Carano was not even notified and were informed of her firing for several days at that, and had no clue that she was let go from Rangers and Mando Season 3. Lucasfilm actually kept her firing under wraps, and that they were only waiting for the perfect time to make it go public to everybody around the world, and that was their way of letting her know. It's said that many employees, a part of Lucasfilm, never really had great ties or relationships with Carano, as they disagree with her viewpoints and, of course, you know, her overall view on certain aspects of things. Now, here's the thing about this. Favreau, I'm not quite sure if a lot of you agree with him, but I do believe that this is the right choice for him, to demand Lucasfilm to not do a recast of Cara Dune. Listen, when we look at Cara Dune, Gina is Cara Dune. I believe that there is no replacement for that. It's kind of like saying, let's replace Anakin Skywalker's version by Hayden Christensen. It's like saying that, you know, let's recast Anakin, have somebody else play him. It doesn't work. in my book at least. It just does not work unless the character is far older or far younger. Then yes, obviously it works. But if you're looking at a character in a similar time frame of the franchise, it's just not going to fit with Star Wars. Now, I understand there are franchises out there that do recasts, but they make sense. James Bond, for example. There's 25 Bond films, I believe, so far, one of which got delayed. But we have seen so many different Bonds. Pierce Brosnan, right? All of these other, actors. Timothy Dalton. I mean, that's just to name a few. Sean Connery. But that's a different type of recast after recast. To recast Cara Dune, I don't know about you guys, but I do believe that it may very well create a continuity issue where people are going to look at it in a different light. Now, of course, if we look at the Dark Knight trilogy, we saw that, they did do a recast for Rachel in the Dark Knight trilogy that somewhat worked. I know a lot of people out there did not necessarily agree with that, but I believe in that scenario, it kind of worked. But when we're looking at a character that is very much known for, or an actress that's very much known for that character, that's when it kind of, has a ripple effect, where it kind of rubs fans the wrong way. It's kind of like saying, like I said, let's recast Anakin Skywalker. Does it work? Not really, right? Does it work for maybe a more minor character that's not necessarily a fan favorite? Perhaps, yes. But Carano, alright, and her character Cara Dune, it may not be a favorite character to you guys, but it was a favorite character to a lot of younger fans, specifically, young girls that were actually watching the TV show, within the age 10 to 14 bracket around there, give or take, up until the early teens. A lot of girls were looking up to that character. And that's the problem right now, is that we also have a lot of women that are actually taking a step back from the TV show because of Lucasfilm's decision. Now, like I said before in my past, videos, everybody has their own opinions and viewpoints on things and interpretations of what Gina Carano posted on social media. I get that. I respect those opinions. Everybody is entitled to their view. However, I still do believe that Lucasfilm handled it very poorly. I mean, look at what they did. They hid her firing for several days from her and made it go public, and that was their way of telling her, you're fired, you're done, you're out of here. And we've also seen on social media like Twitter of Lucasfilm employees actually literally putting Gina Carano down, outright saying some nasty things. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, I would love to hear your input on all of this about Jon Favreau wanting to cancel Rangers and reform it to something new, and Gina Carano's firing being handled poorly like this. Let me know what you guys think about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.